Well, Chrissy is creeping up on us, and if you're feeling price tag and present pressures, you're not alone. According to a recent report this year, millions of Australians are looking to pick up additional holiday work to contend with the rising cost of living.
So just how much could you make doing unskilled work during the festive period? And what do you need to know about taking on a seasonal second job? 7
News financial expert Gemma Acton is here with more. Hello, Gemma. Half of Aussies are considering taking on additional work over this festive period. That seems to be more than usual.
It definitely more than usual, Kylie. We have had this cost of living crisis for the last few years. We're certainly feeling it. We had thought interest rates might have started coming down by now. It's now looking like it'll be February at best next year, possibly as late as May. So people are just looking around to see, what else can I do? Yes, we're cutting back spending, but how can I boost a little bit of that income coming in the door? We have a bit more spare time at the moment. Many people do around Christmas, so it's a good time to have a look around.
The first one that comes to mind, I think, is Uber driving or ride share.
Okay.
I know a lot of people are into that. What other areas are people looking for and finding these jobs, Gemma?
So they're the obvious Christmas type ones. Retailers obviously have a big boom time of year, so they're taking on more staff. Hospitality, bars, cafes, restaurants, often doing many Christmas events and private events, so they're taking on more staff as well. Delivery is a good one that you point out, but not just people, but delivering parcels as well, because there's a lot of that going on. But don't forget, it's also the time of year when a lot of people have time off, so they get around to those tasks they've been meaning to do all year. Fixing up the garden, cleaning out that spare room, painting the baby's nursery, whatever they haven't had time to do, now's a good time to do it. And often they need help doing those sort of activities. Airtasker is a great place to get involved if you put your hand up and help with a few things.
Yeah. Wow. Didn't think of that.
Are you just thinking about your job list now?
Yeah, no, I wish someone would pay me to clean up the spare room. Is it a good opportunity to maybe get experience in another field, maybe get a foot in the door if you're maybe looking at a career change?
I think it's a really good time of year to do it. You can, on Airtasker, for example, that you mentioned, you can take on isolated jobs. So you could just sign up and say, OK, maybe I will try and help this person clean out their spare room and see if I like it, see if it's worth the effort. Yeah. Non-committal. Short period, no one really expects these jobs to go forever. Again, a lot of these retail jobs are just for 2 or 3 months, so you can give it a go and see how it works out. So it's a great opportunity to try something new.
That's what Sam's doing today. Larry's just on your early Christmas holiday.
Yeah, emphasis on unskilled. That's me, hi.
He just like dip his toe in the water.
You're doing so well, Sam.
Unskilled and unpaid. Thank you for having me. Let's talk numbers though, Gemma.
Right.
What type of ballpark can people make extra per week? Let's say they're going to do a few months' work. What kind of income can they have on the side?
Right, so we just were talking about unskilled, and there are lots of unskilled places where people do need help. If you do have skills you can bring to something, though, it is generally a bit higher paying. So, for example, if you're looking at helping out people on discrete tasks, fencing can pay around $1,000 a job.
Yeah.
Painting can pay a few $100s a job, depending, obviously, what the job is. Helping people with sorting out their garden and doing any sort of landscaping there, again, a few $100s. All the way down to, if people need stuff moved around, maybe they're moving house, but they just live in a one-bedroom place and they can do a lot of it themselves in a few car trips, we help them with that. That might pay less, but on the other hand, you can actually knock out quite a few of those jobs in a day if you plan it correctly. So really the sky's the limit. Depends on how much you're willing to take on and how easy it is to find the skills you have.
If you do pick up an extra job, do you have to inform your main employer or
generally,
tax
yes.
You're asking for a friend?
You can tell us now, Kylie, if you're planning to do something. Generally, your contract will say that you do have to inform your boss. It might be good just out of politeness anyway, just to check that there's no issue there. In terms of the tax office, yes, absolutely. Any additional source of income does need to be reported to the tax office and go into your tax return.
Absolutely no cash in hand, ever. Always declare it to the tax department.
Well
So what's the next question? Home side hustles are booming. People are getting into their own small business, aren't they?
Look, it is easier these days. You know, a lot can be done digitally from home by yourself. Again, it's just a great way to test the water. You might not have the confidence to leave your full-time job and your main source of income yet, but you know what you want to do. You'd rather have a bit more independence. You'd rather have the opportunity to work from home or somewhere else a bit more. So try it out. If you can get something going slowly and keep your main employment, it's a really popular thing to do.
And it's not just money. What other ways are people attempting to save for this period, Gemma?
Look, I think a lot of people are going through what they have are saying, do I need this all?
Yeah.
You know, like, do I need all these clothes? I mean, we're finally getting out of the early baby years. So if I don't handle that stuff to you, Sam, then I might go online and sell a whole bunch of that stuff. Just going through an inventory inventory of, do I need everything I have right now, or what might other people need more than I have, and I need the cash more, and just being really sensible over Christmas. I think everyone's going back to the drawing board. We've covered before on the morning show people talking about, you know, do I need to host that many people this year? Do I need to buy as many presents? It's just not
being more
just
mindful.
Being much more mindful,
Yeah.
you know, and asking, is there something I can substitute it with? You know, is it more important to take that special person out for, you know, a coffee or a sandwich and a proper heart-to-heart catch-up rather than buying them something they don't really need?
Yes. I'm available for a sandwich anytime.
I can't wait, Carly.
That's your shout.
I'm available to make the sandwiches as my side hustle.
You're invited too.
Thank you very much, Gemma.